Welcome to the Holy Shit, I'm Healing podcast, powered by Whispers Bridge. Raw talks on recovery, spirituality, and becoming someone you actually like.
Hey guys, it's Casina.
Hey, it's Trisha.
Hey, it's Tasia.
And we are your Whispers Bridge babes. This is our very first podcast episode. It is called Holy Shit, I'm Healing. We are super pumped to bring it out to the world. We actually just started a nonprofit called Whispers Bridge in the beginning of 2025. And that has kind of brought us into the whole podcast world because we're based on Long Island. We could only reach so many people. And we figured this would be a really good way to kind of let everyone get to know who we are, and what we want to do. I'm going to kick things off. You'll hear a little bit about my story, where I came from, who I am, why I'm here. And then we're going to jump into two of our co-founders, Trisha and Tasia. We'll hear a little bit about them. And then we'll get into the nonprofit. So I'm Casina. I don't know if I should say my age on here. Do we really want to tell people that? All right. I'm under 40.
Perfect.
You know, and like not super close to 20, but like under 40. So we'll go there. I have been in recovery for the past 14 years. I got sober when I was 23. Oh my God, I just gave away my age now.
You're so funny.
Hopefully no one can do math. But yeah, so I got sober when I was 23. I was like this raging alcoholic kid who just like a tornado and a thunderstorm. Like it was just rapid. It was fast. It was a quick decline. And then, I ended up getting sober. And, through my journey in sobriety, I got to be introduced to a lot of amazing people in my life who were really there to support me along the way. Because again, I was like this little kid, had no idea how to live my life. So I really just got to see the people who came before me, how they did things, what they did. And I came, across a really good foundation of people who got to teach me how to handle life when life gets hard, when life gets messy, when, whatever it is. And in doing so, I ended up, thankfully, I met one of our co-founders, Trisha. She's also been sober for a while. She'll let you know. And yeah, one thing has just led to the next, and it worked out really, really good that, we kind of all came together. Our other co-founder is my sister. I've known her since birth, even though I tell her she's adopted, or her parents got her in a dumpster, but we won't talk about that. It's a sensitive topic for her.
It's the most beautiful dumpster.
So she's the spiritual, she hates the word guru, so I'm not going to say it, but she's super spiritual. You have our rock who's also in recovery, Trisha, and then there's the crazy one who's I. So we kind of joined forces and really came up with this cool idea we're excited to tell you guys about. But before we get into that, I want you to hear a little bit about Trisha's story and what her deal is.
Hi, Trisha here. Well, I am 44.
Oh, damn, she's dropping the age.
I'm going right in.
Went there.
I don't feel like I'm in my 40s, but here I am.
Yep.
And I actually got sober when I was 40. Was like that raging alcoholic. And everything was about me. Everything. I didn't know the courage damage I was doing in my relationship, what damage I was doing to my family, at my workplace. I was just drinking all the time, and I could not stop.
A little bit closer.
You want me to move it?
There you go. There
Okay.
you go.
All right. That's
Yeah. Testing.
Whispers Bridge. So close. That's what she said.
Put it by my mouth.
Get closer.
All right, so back to recovery.
Oh yeah.
And
So
how-
back to recovery.
How it wasn't all about.
Yeah, it wasn't all about, I didn't think I was a selfish person because I was so giving, and until I got sober and I realized, damn, I was so self-centered, and there was just a breaking point with me and my husband, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try recovery. I'm really gonna give this all that I got. And I'm so glad that I did, because I met all of these amazing men and women that were sober. And that's where I met Casina. And it was actually on Zoom. And I heard her talk, and I was like, oh my God, this girl's so pretty. She's so cool. And she's like, I put my number in the chat. And I was like, oh, writing it down right away.
555.
And she's, call me anytime. So the casino.
I'm literally calling you right
That's
now.
literally an inside joke we'll tell you guys about one day. but
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Good times.
So yeah, so I met you and we were like texting and we met in person and it was just like we had this awesome connection. Well, I felt a real connection towards you.
Right, same.
And then our friendship grew and I admired your sobriety so much and always was seeking guidance from you. And then, when we met, then I got to meet, the amazing Tasia
I know.
and just like, you don't know how it is. Like when you walk into a room, you feel the energy of this whole and peace. And I'm so lucky that I get to do this with the both of you. And that we formed Whispers Bridge and just wanting to bring more light into this world. And I'm so ready for this amazing journey we're about to embark on.
Right.
So,
Same.
yes.
Yes, queen.
So
All right,
blessed.
TT, Taze, you're up. Let's let people know who you are.
I am Tasia. So I think technically my spiritual journey started. So technically my spiritual journey started when I was 5, because I'm not in recovery, but I am very much a spiritualist. um, So when I was 5 years old, in the back seat of a purple minivan in the 90s, I had an outer body
Oh my
experience.
god, I remember that minivan.
I know it's gross. But it was the 90s, so.
Yeah. I wish I was out of my body in that car.
Yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden this little 5-year-old Tazy was floating above the seats looking at everybody, what they were doing. And I'm like, this is weird and amazing. And then I realized I was guided to do that. Like somebody came in and was like, slow down your breath, try to relax your body as much as you can. And then bam, I was like floating above the seats. It was wild. And then I came back down into my body. And then that's when I felt like my heartbeat again, like the blood flow through my veins again. It was the most peaceful moment I've ever felt. And like ever since then, I was completely hooked. And from there, I took it and ran and researched every possible thing I could, opened up my third eye as much as I could. And yeah, I've been helping people ever since, kind of like understand that they can calm down the noise like I did and experience something so incredible. Maybe not an out of body experience, but
We'll get there.
In a
Stay
minivan.
tuned.
I mean, who knows? But I mean, if you do, I'm here for you, because that's a whole fun thing. But yeah, so that's what I do. I teach people to silence the noise for at least a minute and realize what peace is there waiting for you. And yeah, we
We're so excited.
talk to really fun things, people, beings on the other side to help you find your peace.
Awesome. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So let's dive into a little bit of how Whispers Bridge started.
Okay.
So you have 2 drunk alcoholics who got sober. You have this spiritual girl floating above cars. Like, I mean, it was destiny.
The three of us would be together.
No, but with all seriousness, I think having my sister be such a spiritual person my whole life, even when I wasn't willing to look at anything other than, the bottom of a vodka bottle, it always just was in the back of my mind of like, there is another way, and look how joyful and free and happy and all these things she was. So it was amazing to have growing up, which was pretty awesome. So what started it all back in, I don't even remember what year it was, a few years back, a friend of ours, my in-laws have this beautiful lake house in Connecticut. It has 3 floors. It sleeps 15 people right on the lake. It's gorgeous. It's such a serene, peaceful place. And every time I would go, I got married there. It was just it's like a dream. I was telling a girlfriend of mine about it, and she's the one who actually suggested. She's like, I just got back from a retreat. You should totally do retreats there. And I never went on a retreat at that point. I think I did maybe a day one. It's like a 4-hour, kind of just pause the noise vibe. But what ended up happening, because you can't tell me an idea and not have me completely buy everything for it and go to town, we created this retreat house. The first year we did it, it was 8 people. The second year I did it, it was 10 people. The third year I did it, it was 12 people. Every year we did it, it got bigger and more people wanted to come. And it ended up actually being where I didn't, it's a private residence, so you can only bring so many people. That's really what like started the whole thing. And actually Trisha was on the last 2 retreats. So yeah, what do you think? How was your experience when you went on those before Whispers Bridge was like Whispers Bridge? What was it like?
Those experiences were life-changing. When you're in it, it's learning so much about yourself. And then you're bonding with all these women that you really weren't so close with. And this past retreat, like one of the women there, she was like, I'm having a breakdown. And we're like, no, you're having a breakthrough. She was just so vulnerable and let everything out that she like couldn't tell to other people, and we were such a good support system for her there. And we did this one workshop. I think you helped her with it. It was I was and I am. And we had to, there was like a picture of like, it was just a face. There was like nothing on it.
Yeah, the blank face.
Yes. And you had to write, I was. And I remember writing, I was an alcoholic. I was self-seeking. I was a liar. I was manipulative. And I was like, but trying to remember like what else I was. And then we had to flip over the page and write, I am. And the stuff that was just flowing was, I am lovable, I am caring, I am giving, I am beautiful, I am loved. And it was like that blew my mind. That was one of my favorite workshops that we did on that retreat.
Did you find the what you were side harder to write, or the I am currently side harder to write?
I was. The I was so difficult because I don't even remember really who that person, like I'm no longer a prisoner of my past.
Right.
Like I am living a beautiful I am life today.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, that was one of the many workshops that we ended up having there. And I remember that one vividly. That was intense for a few people, which is pretty cool.
And that's what you want when you're at a retreat. That's the stuff you want to dig deep into, feel heard and supported. Because when we left there, we were all like, we're spiritual warriors. And that's what we refer to ourselves now, because you make those bonds with those women that you would never get anywhere else.
I think everybody got a lot closer after that.
That's an incredible journey.
It was something like out of this world.
I think that's what sets Whispers Bridge apart from the everyday, because you could go away with your friends in a house on a lake. That's not like, oh my God, we've tapped the market, guys, But it is something where, how uncommon is it to get together with a group of women or people to sit down and to feel safe enough to be able to really dig in? Why do you feel that way? Why do you keep going back to that? Why is your brain constantly trying to ruin everything? Like, there are so many deep questions that aren't asked unless you're in some sort of therapy or,
Yes.
But we're mixing community with therapy, with laughing, with adventure. It really was such a beautiful experience. And and that ultimately is what kind of started the whole Whispers Bridge thing. It started to get bigger and bigger. After that last time I came home and I was just, we were on fire.
Yes.
And I definitely have to reference the fact that a lot of those workshops came from me and Tasia collaborating and trying to figure out, all right, this is something I really want to bring in. How do you think we could do it? And, Tasia's brain has always been
Interesting.
amazing.
Yes.
Out there, but in the best ways. You think outside the box. You got me, who was so closed off 90% of my life, to look beyond all of that so that we can see what I still suffer from, And we do it in ways where it's fun. It's not like you're on a couch laying down sobbing. I'm not knocking that. I did that too. I'll take whatever I can get, But this was a really cool experience because it made it lighter. You didn't take yourself so seriously. You got to do fun exercises, activities. It was really cool that you were right alongside through all of it.
And she would say during those retreats, my sister.
Oh,
So it's like you were there with us.
Yeah.
In spirit. No pun intended.
No, it was pretty awesome. So, Taze, as far as spirituality goes, because there's a lot that goes into that, right? You have these old ideas of what it is, and religion, spirituality, is it floating in the sky? Everybody has their opinion if you were to say certain topics and what they feel with that. So, how would you approach spirituality so that it would be accessible for everybody? Because I'm sure there's listeners here who have they're just starting to get interested, or they're prejudiced against certain things, or they had other experiences. How do you think we can get people to really, if they are interested, start to open that up so that it's not, what wasn't working for them?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I would honestly say that the most important thing across the board is to stay open-minded, because we do have our past experiences. Every has their own type of perspective. So if, let's say, one experience is not so good, and let's say siblings, one experience, like two different total views about it. Right. So I would say that just keep in mind that there are different perspectives to your experience. So even though you had a negative experience, or just something heavy, if you were open-minded to maybe just shift that perspective a little bit, you can maybe start to understand that there's so much more out there that can actually help you. And technically, from my experience, that in and of itself, that you have that experience and that you remember it and it always sticks with you, there's a lesson in that very specific thing that's waiting for you to shift that perspective, to learn from it. Because then from there, it's just going to grow in the most beautiful ways, releasing old traumas you didn't even realize were there, and you just feel lighter from it. And then it just branches off into this like fractalized path all at the same time. It's just a fun ride. And technically, sometimes maybe not as fun, but just knowing that you're doing the work, you are being guided. You are being guided by the most divine, awesome energy there is, because the whole point of this is to grow. So it again depends on your perspective through, challenges. But just, I hate to say it, I have reservations in and of itself, but like, trust that it will be okay. And it is all, like, pretty much all the time.
Yeah, it's all
when you
good.
have that trust.
So it's almost like letting go of the old ideas of what you thought it was and be open to a new experience of what it can be.
Taking off the glasses, the
Ooh,
you know what
yes,
I mean?
rose color. Yes, like get a
taking
new
off
lens.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Try on a new colored lens.
Yeah.
And it can be really, really fun from that perspective. I don't want to say, no pun intended, but like, it gets addicting.
Yeah.
But in
How
a super
addicting. I'm in.
Yeah.
in a healthier way.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's what we also like teach, is how to monitor, even going too far into the good. There's
Yeah.
balance in everything.
Right. That's pretty amazing. And it is. It's not a one size fits all thing. It's just getting rid of what it used to be. So that's pretty awesome. Trish, what do you feel like? Do you think that this is something that's needed? Because I know we're in the world of it, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot of people in recovery and stuff. But why do you think it's needed in the world for everybody?
My family, I'm, the only one that suffers, with addiction. And they see me now, like, living this great life. And they're, well, I want to go on a retreat. I want to do these workshop things. Well, now at Whispers Bridge, it is possible, because we're not just recovery, it's wellness too. And everybody it's so hard for people to make time for themselves. You can take time and do something good for you. Come to a workshop, come to a retreat, like, treat yourself.
Yeah.
It's
It's okay.
It's okay, to give yourself some light, some strength, some uplifting. I think everybody needs that. Life gets so hectic and crazy, and sometimes I just want quiet. I think everybody wants some quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. And to not be scared of the quiet. To have it be where it's a good quiet, not that scary, what's under my bed quiet, not that like just that genuine,
like peace.
yes,
Like,
it's
just-
okay to pause.
Yeah, that's like the interesting part with the quiet and the taking the time out for yourself, because a lot of people have things that they don't want to see in themselves. So the quiet brings that noise up. But that's also a good thing of what we do at Whispers Bridge is how to most easily see the ugly and the noise and to be okay with it, not taking yourself too seriously, knowing that you are fully supported and loved and nobody's judging you but yourself. So it's really okay. It's okay to like not.
It's not. And laugh. We're
And
like
laugh.
such a goofy, quirky bunch here. We just
Quirky.
laugh constantly. And I love that. I love how the three of us are and how much we just match with each other.
Genuine laughs too, not
Yes.
like hiding laughs.
You're like,
Like, you know, it's like,
wait,
those
can
real
you do that
belly-
again?
Like, I love us. We all bring this different energy together, and people need to experience us. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're freaking amazing.
I know, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're coming out.
I can't wait to
Not
meet
in that
like
way.
more amazing people
Yeah.
like us.
Yes,
Like this
yes.
I'm really excited.
Yes, and it's raw talk and it's raw shit.
Yeah, let's
down
do
and
it.
dirty. I want to know why you fucked up so bad. I'm fucked up too. Here we go.
Yeah, it's like a whole different version of me too, you know, but me too,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's why there's like
Yeah.
no judgment across the board.
No.
It's like, oh, I'm the spiritual one. Yeah.
Yeah. Spiritual
What-
doesn't mean perfect. It doesn't mean
No.
neat. It doesn't mean, it means the complete opposite. And that's
Real.
actually going to be in one of our upcoming episodes. What is
Yes.
spirituality? How do we make spirituality for the modern day person? You don't have to be in a robe. You don't have to be on a beach. You can literally be in your car. And I think that that's one of the main things that we want to, you know, have people get out of this whole experience. Whispers Bridge is a place where anybody who wants to just quiet the noise for a little bit, we help guide you in how to do that so that it's not so miserable. We get to really find a community of people. We do weekend retreats, Friday through Sundays. We do spiritual workshops. We're doing Serenity Saturdays. That's going to be really exciting. We're doing our first one at the end of August. That's like an 8-hour immersive experience. So it's not as short as the, 3-hour workshops. It's not as long as the 3-day one. You get a little taste of what we offer, So Taze, before we wrap this up, do you have any simple tips or tricks you would suggest for how people could go about spirituality and implementing it into their everyday life? Short little simple things that they could start to try.
Yeah, I would actually really start by saying just by being open-minded and understanding other perspective is possible, that is a great start for everybody. Because just from there, whatever in the universe is happening is starting to shift to your new shifted perspective of possibilities and opportunities. And it gets excited and it's like, oh my God, somebody else is open. Okay, here's all the fun things. And like, even if it's not fun, it's like, you're going to grow and we're going to do this together. It's going to be okay. And I love you. Just starting to shift that perspective. Even if you come across something that really disturbs you from back in the day, from a bad experience, try to come to like the origin of that feeling. Why? What was so disturbing about it? Why is it still with you after all this time? Write it out, journal it. I know that sounds so lame to people.
No,
but like,
I was just about to say that's one of the number one things I was told early on. Pen to paper, pen to paper, pen to paper. Get it out. You have to get it out somehow. So you might as well just write it out. And every single time I would just feel so much different.
Yeah.
And it is. It's corny. It's all these things. But you know what? I'm so tired of doing all the things that didn't work. I might as well just try some of the other things. And it's been 14 years. My sister knows. Trish, you've heard the stories. The fact that I am alive today is nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah.
Let alone sitting
People are
here
going
with
to start to
14
know more
years.
about that.
Oh, yeah. Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the
Hopefully not
casino
too much.
stories.
Yeah. We don't want
Let
to
it
put
all out.
Tasia back in drama. So we're going to keep it like,
it's okay, I'm growing.
holy shit.
I'm
healing.
Holy shit. So before we close, we're going to do a quick little spiritual experience. We're super excited to have Tasia kind of just guide the listeners with and, close it out with a little bit of peace before we go into our next week.
I just want to set the intention with an affirmation. From here on out, you can say, I am open-minded, I am protected, I am safe. These are very powerful affirmations that start to tell your body and your spirit and whatever you want to call it on the inside that you can't see, you start to shift that perspective by saying, I'm open, I am protected. That's it. It's a good one. It's a good place to start.
I am.
I am hungry. I should have ate before the show. All right, beautiful. So we just want to do a quick little recap. We are Whispers Bridge. We are a brand new nonprofit traveling retreat and spiritual workshop organization. This is our new podcast called Holy Shit, I'm Healing, brought to you by Casina, Tasia, and Trisha. Our next episode is going to be airing. You could catch us every Wednesday, and we will be talking redefining spirituality. We will be talking about all the old ideas, what no longer serves us, and how to move forward with a new kind of perspective on it. So I'm super excited about that. Trish is head of our marketing. She'll let you know where you could find us.
Yes, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also our website, what, do we have to say WW anymore? No, that's old. That's my age coming through at 44. Whispersbridge.com.
Yeah, duh.
Yes.
Yeah, whispersbridge.com.
Whispersbridge.
Boom.
Okay. Yep. And if anyone's interested, they could be a monthly sponsor.
You can become a monthly sponsor. Really, anything that you feel you would like to donate to us, we are incredibly grateful for it. And it really does go far.
It helps the crazies. Anybody who decides to become a monthly sponsor, you get perks. That is not what we're saying. No. We also have Bridge Boutique, which is a pop-up shop at all of our locations. It will soon be online and available for purchase.
One of these days.
I forgot I'm being recorded. I'm like, no, it's not. Maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
But no, then you want to come in person because you'll get to check out all the really cute merch we have. But yeah, so pretty much any sales from that goes directly to a scholarship fund for anybody in recovery who would like to try out one of our workshops or our retreats where they wouldn't normally otherwise be able to afford it. It's on us. So we're super, super excited for that. And we can't wait to keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fun, interesting ride. And we are here for you the entire journey.
Buckle up,
Buckle
bitches. All right, we're out. Peace.